Hi boys and girls, this is lesson 21. We'll be doing pages 87, 88, and 89 in our reader's notebook. And this is grade 1 and this is volume 2. So let's go ahead and turn to page 87, 87 in our practice book. The name of this assignment is Spelling Words with R-controlled vowel AR. Remember AR makes the R sound? Let's just read them and then we shall just do it. Here they are. Every last one of your spelling words has an AR in it this week. So let's read them really fast. Far, arm, yard, art, jar, bar, barn, barn, bark, bark, ard, card, yarn, yarn. And there we are to the beginning again. So let's look at the pictures and write down our spelling words. It's pointing to an arm. Here's the word arm. Write the word arm. 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 Here's a park. Which of our spelling words says park? Oh, it's not a park. It must be a yard. Which one says yard? There we are. Yard. That yard looks like a park. Yard. 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 Yay. Here's some art up on the wall. Art. It's going to begin with A-R. A-R-T. That's it. Art. 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 Here's a jar. J. There's jar right there. That's a J. When you make your J, make sure your dot is between the dotted line and the top line, right there. J. And then both A and R are ducking underneath the dotted line. Use your handwriting lines. Jar. Here's a barn. I see barn is right here. This is bar and this is barn. I'm going to spell barn. B. R. What spells R? A-R. N. Barn. Here's a card. If you've ever played cards before, there are hearts on some of them. So here's the word card. K. Ard. Card. Let's move ahead. Oh my goodness, it bled through. Well, we're talking about pronouns again, but this time we're talking about the ones that mean more than one. So last time we talked about it, she, and he being words that replaced nouns that meant, like that just named one. But today we are using the pronouns we and they. And these pronouns name more than one. Like if there's more than one person, place, thing, or animal, we could use we or they in their place. So let's practice doing that. Sorry about the nature of the bleeding of my markers. So it says workers plant trees in the park. So could we say we plant trees in the park or they plant trees in the park? Well, they're talking about someone else besides us. Let's go ahead and circle they. They plant trees in the park. The trees grow big. So we're talking about the trees. What's a good pronoun that we could replace trees with? We or they? They. They grow big. Circle the word they. Sorry about the bleeding through. Sis and I sit under the trees. Okay, we're talking about ourselves. Okay, like sis and I. So we sit under the trees. They sit under the trees. So since we're talking about, sis and I, we're going to choose the pronoun we. So now we're going to write we or they, to take the place of each of these underlying subjects. So, Dad and I walked to the park. Okay, it has the word I in there. We're going to choose the pronoun we. We walked to the park. If I said Dad and I walked to the park, we is the better pronoun for me to use if I were to replace Dad and I. And if I'm talking about myself, I'm not going to say they walked to the park. I would say we walked to the park. Pete and Kate run and play. We run and play or they run and play. The better pronoun is they because, I'm not talking about myself that time. I'm talking about other kids. Pete and Kate run and play. They run and play. Okay, we're just moving along. So on this page, we're going to be planning sentences. It says to write and draw details that tell what happened first and next. After Toad's garden started to grow, Frog and Toad, we have to tell what happens next in this story, okay? So the garden's growing. Whew, it finally grew. And remember, when Frog went there, he had to wake up the Toad to tell him that his garden has started to grow. So it must be morning time, right? So if he just woke up in the morning, then what do you think he's going to do next? Because we have to tell what happens next. What happened first and what happened next. So I would think they would want to have some breakfast, right? It's the morning. So after Toad's garden started to grow, Frog and Toad, let's say they had breakfast. Had breakfast. After Toad's garden started to grow, Frog and Toad had breakfast. So what's the first thing? First thing they're going to do? They have to catch their bugs, right? So let's just say, what kind of bugs do you want them to catch? Flies? Okay, first they caught flies. So here's how a fly looks. And maybe here's their tongue. Well, one of their tongues. Okay, if I'm not like the best at making toads. Okay. Okay. So he's catching that fly. First, they caught flies. So this is like a talking bubble. I'm going to say, let's eat flies. Let's eat flies. Okay, what can they have after that? Okay, let's have them eat some beetles. Want to have them eat beetles? Okay, so next they ate beetles. So beetles sort of look like this. They're on the ground mainly. And they sort of look like this and they're walking around. Oops. They're supposed to have 6 legs. And so this can be the toad. Except they're walking around on 2 feet in the story. I'll just have the frog look like this. And here he is. His tongue is sticking to that beetle. So first they had flies and then they had beetles. Let's eat beetles. Whoopsie. That's a T right there. Let's eat beetles. Let's eat beetles. Okay, boys and girls. That's it for today. We did pages 87, 88, and 89. When you're done, You are done. Okay, I'm glad you were here to practice today. I'm glad that you're being a good student and getting all your work done. Bye-bye.